Hey everybody, it's Chase with AV Pop Culture again, and today we are back with Volume 2 of the most outrageous, the most raunchy, the most over-the-top late-night sex comedies from the 1970s that you might have missed. So pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. All right, so 1970s raunchy comedies. I did volume 1 of this, and I'm going to link it on here. It's the biggest video I've ever done on this channel because besides just going back and getting some of these all-time great late-night comedies, we found a bunch that a lot of you out there had forgotten about or just missed overall, and I've got a list of 10 more awesome ones for you to check out. And we're going to jump right into it with 1974's The Swinging Cheerleaders. Now, this one stars Colleen Camp, who has been in a lot of movies like this. It actually has a pretty recent release from Arrow Video, but you can find this on Tubi and try before you buy. And it's about a college journalist who infiltrates a cheerleading squad to write a piece on female exploitation, but she ends up making unlikely friendships and over the course kind of uncovers a conspiracy that involves the team's football coach. This thing is actually absolutely bonkers and crazy, and it's sort of a spiritual sequel in the long line of cheerleading films that started with The Cheerleaders, which was on my first list. This one is a lesson in bad movie making that becomes so bad that it's just fun and entertaining. It definitely did not fail to include the TNA of its predecessors. It's just one of those late night romps that you can't take seriously. And when you watch it, you're going to find out why, but it definitely deserves a spot on a list like this. One you might have missed, but The Swinging Cheerleaders from 1974 comes in at number 10 on our list. Coming in at number 9 on our list is one with a very long and a very funny title, which makes sense because this movie is absolutely hilarious and ridiculous. It is called If You Don't Stop, You'll Go Blind from 1975. And it is simply a collection of outrageous jokes and skits about sex. That's what it is. It is filled with just gratuitous amounts of TNA, over-the-top laughs, and just absolutely bonkers, crazy skits. I mean, it starts off with a skit where they're filming in one of the filmmakers' houses. The actress that was supposed to do it didn't show up, so he pulls his wife in there, has her stripped down and set on a toilet, and the firefighters are supposed to be coming in to try to get her off the toilet. So it's like, hey, honey, come in here and you know, take off all your clothes and do this skit. The skits are ridiculous. They're fun. They are absolutely over the top and raunchy. You can't take them serious, but it is a fun spoof all the way through. They're all pretty short too. So it's just like quick hitter after quick hitter after quick hitter. It's fun. It's excessive. It is ridiculous. I think you can try this one also on Tubi before you buy. This is one that is made for an uncensored physical media release. Don't stop. If you don't stop, you'll go blind. Perfect title. It comes in at number 9 on this list. Now, at number 8 on this list is one from 1976. This one might be a little bit more well-known. I am talking about Hollywood High. And this is one of those, like, it's from the 70s, but I would have seen it. A lot of you might have seen it. This is one of those that would have fit in perfectly on, like, Rhonda Shear Up All Night on USA. Definitely one of those kind of movies. Now, it would have been edited for content to cut out a lot of the good stuff if it was on USA Up All Night. But This is classic. It's about four beautiful California girls looking for fun in the sun, looking for guys all over California in the summer on the California beaches. And they end up in a mansion that is owned by like a retired famous movie star and actor. And it's just about these girls looking for a good time, trying to get laid. And so it's kind of from the other side perspective there. It is like, I wish they could all be California girls if it were a ridiculous, raunchy sex comedy movie. That's what Hollywood High is. Literally, the tagline for this is, they do it for fun. Let that, get in there and let you think what you will about that. But Hollywood High comes in at number 8 on our list. Now, at number 7 on our list is one that's a bit more serious. Doesn't really, it's kind of a comedy, kind of a genre mashup. I am talking about 1971's Pretty Maids All in a Row. Now, this stars Rock Hudson. This stars Angie Dickinson. This was written by Gene Roddenberry, the guy who created Star Trek, right? So this has some firepower behind it, and it has like sort of a thriller slasher element to it, but definitely a sex romp element to it as well. Again, this one's taking place in California, and at a California high school, female students are the target of a serial killer, and at the same time, you have a married teacher who is, trying to say this without spoiling it. You have a married teacher who is having liaisons with some of his more beautiful students, and he is trying to hide those flings from his wife. You also have another side story with an awkward, inexperienced guy in the high school who might be looking to his beautiful substitute teacher for some lessons. Let's just say that, because who knows what I can say on here. He's looking to her for some guidance. Now, Angie Dickinson is beautiful in this. She's in Dress to Kill. She's no stranger to having to, take her clothes off. There's a lot of that goes on in here. This is a very different role for Rock Hudson. I'm just going to say that. I don't want to spoil what happens in the movie. This thing is very boundary pushing. You even have Telly Savalas in this film as a detective. And this is one that I can't see being made today at all. This would definitely be a blacklisted type of film. The stuff that it deals with in multiple different ways, it still has that raunchy sex romp kind of thing going on in it while there's this other serious stuff going on. It is a genre blender for sure, but one that gets overlooked a lot. So I felt comfortable putting it on this list because it's going to check all those boxes for you. Definitely check out Pretty Maids All in a Row from 1971. Bit lower on this list because it's not just a true comedy at all, but I felt like it should be here. It comes in at number 7. Now, at number 6 on our list takes us back to the very light-hearted, ridiculous, over-the-top comedies that this list is all about. I am talking about 1976's The Pompom Girls. Notice a theme here: cheerleaders, 70s, sex romps, raunchy comedies. They kind of fit together perfectly. And this one stars Robert Carradine from Revenge of the Nerds. You got him in here before he did Revenge of the Nerds. And again, it's a dirt simple plot because it's all about the fun. It's all about the tantalizing nature. Let's say I'm not tripping over my words. I'm selecting my words very carefully to please the overlords out here in the internet world. But you have carefree high school seniors who are basically having the sex, romance, and hijinks-filled time of their lives. That's what this whole thing is about. That is it in a nutshell. you've got cheerleaders, you've got football players, you've got prank wars, you've got raunchy drive-in style, classic film here. That's what this is. It has all of that. There is no big, serious, life-altering lessons being learned here. It is just about kids having a good time. And that's fun. It translates through when you're watching it. It's very lighthearted. It just kind of makes you feel good. You don't have to pay that much of attention to it. You get all of the stuff that you're looking for from a film like this. Perfect for this list. And of course, you get one of the main nerds from Revenge of the Nerds just about 8 years or so before he did that movie that deserves to be on all kinds of lists of its own. But the Pompom Girls from 1976 comes in on this list at number 6. At number 5 on this list is one that is getting a brand new restoration, a brand new release, and that's a good thing because it's very hard to find. It's another one that leans into the spoof category, kind of like Kentucky Fried Movie, kind of like that kind of style. I'm talking about 1976's Tunnel Vision. And this is just loaded with an insane amount of cameos. You have actors like Chevy Chase, John Candy, tons, very similar to, like I said, the Kentucky Fried Movie, but maybe even more like the Groove Tube, which was on another one of my lists. But here, it's a little bit different because we have a committee of people who are kind of examining TV's first ever uncensored network. So there is, in the movie, there has been created an uncensored network, and you have this committee of people who are reviewing everything that's on that network, everything that's in their normal daily programming. So it's a spoof filled with like fake commercials that are made for this uncensored network, fake shows and programming that are obviously over the top, filled with TNA, filled with, sexual innuendo, all that kind of stuff, because the network is supposed to be uncensored. And you have this group that's, the opposite of that are reviewing this. So it sets up a funny kind of situation. This one is getting a release, like I said, from MVD Rewind Collection that's going to come out, I believe it's in May of 2025. It's a very hard one to find, but one that will make you absolutely laugh your ass off if you watch it. I highly recommend Tunnel Vision from 1976, a spoof that is absolutely timely. If you're into TV, make sure you check out those cameos. You're going to like this. It comes in at number 5. Now, at number 4 on this list is probably the best technical movie on here. Again, if we were just going by how good the movie is, and like from a technical and an acting and a directing standpoint and a writing standpoint, this would be number 1. But because it's just not like a laugh-a-minute riot nonsense, just complete raunchy sex comedy, it goes down a little bit lower, though it does contain all of those elements. One that a lot of people don't know, and that's crazy because it has a lot of star power. 1976 again, Stay Hungry. Now, this is a Bob Rafelson film, and this is officially Arnold Schwarzenegger's first film. He had done another movie, Hercules in New York. It was never properly released, so it didn't count. Even the Golden Globes gave him he got a nominee for the Best Newcomer of the Year award for this film. Sally Field stars in this. Jeff Bridges stars in this. And it is definitely a ridiculous thing. When you have Arnold Schwarzenegger playing a guy working out in a gym who helps run this little gym, who works out in a Batman costume, there is all kinds of craziness. Now, it has a little bit of heart. It has some heart and all that kind of stuff. This is also, though, on the other side, you got Schwarzenegger in a Batman costume. You have all these crazy bodybuilders running around. You have all of this crazy stuff happening behind the scenes in this gym with people and massages. Let's just say that kind of thing happening. You have Sally Field doing a complete nude scene in here, which is something that you don't see every day, right? But it is also a very good and interesting movie. Jeff Bridges is really the star of this. He plays Craig Blake, who is like a wealthy young Southerner, and this is supposed to take place in Alabama. And he kind of gets hired as a patsy, as a stooge. He really doesn't care. He doesn't have anything going on in his life. His parents are gone, all that kind of stuff. And he just has the remnants of all the wealth of this family. And he gets hired because this real estate development company, they want to buy up multiple blocks of the city where all these people still hang out. And the one hang up is this little gym where Schwarzenegger is. And they won't sell. And he's supposed to sort of infiltrate it and get them to sell so that they can develop this into this high rise and all this kind of stuff. Well, he gets in there and he meets Sally Field, who is there. And of course, he falls in love with her and he becomes great friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, Joe Santos, in the movie. And it is just a really good, fun ride. Now, they do a lot of partying. They do a lot of getting into things. I'm just going to say that. So your raunchy comedy, and believe it or not, your TNA can still be found in here with a movie that has a little bit more substance to it and a little bit more heart and a big breakout role for Arnold Schwarzenegger that a lot of people haven't missed. If you ever want to see him dressed up as Batman working out, and also see people getting nude massages and Sally Field doing nude sex scenes. We got things going all over the place. This is the movie for you. So stay hungry. The Bob Rafelson film, coming off of 5 Easy Pieces, I believe he did right before this, comes in at number 4. Now, at number 3 is one that is kind of synonymous with this type of movie. I almost didn't put it on the list because a lot of people have heard of this. Even if you haven't seen it, sometimes I think you might just need that nudge to kind of go back and watch a movie like this. 1975's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And, you know, this is a Terry Gilliam film who he's done all kinds of batshit crazy things. This one is just as bonkers as you basically have the story of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, who embark on a lo-fi and low-budget sort of search for the Holy Grail. Low budget is an understatement. It is absolutely hilarious. And along the way, as they're hunting for the Holy Grail on this quest, they encounter all kinds of ridiculousness, obstacles, crazy things they have to overcome along the way, filled with lots of innuendo. So this might be one that you could slide by, you know, some tweens or some teens, because they can't pick up on it. But when you really know and you can pick up on that innuendo and you watch it, you're like, this is a dirty movie. All the way through, this is a dirty movie. So I feel like even though the raunchiness might be very well hid, it just permeates through a lot of the dialogue and the situations throughout the movie. And it is an absolute slapstick screwball fun time. Monty Python and the Holy Grail from 1975. So much fun. It's a cult classic. It comes in at number 3. Now, number 2 on the list is another one that is pretty well known. And, you know, at some point, you just got to give the classics their due. And when you're talking about a movie like this, you have to talk about Ivan Reitman's 1979 classic, Meatballs. Now, I'm a huge Bill Murray fan. This movie's got to be there eventually. This is like the king of like kind of setting up the naughty camp counselor, camp student relationship, the kind of sexy camp films, right? The summer camp films. This is another one that has a lot of sexual discussion and a lot of innuendo in it. Maybe more than the payoff on screen with the actual skin. but it still fits into this because it's like all that's on anybody's mind in the movie is, you know, getting it on pretty much. This is an Ivan Reitman film. Bill Murray is great in this. He is the wacky camp counselor, and you know, Tripper is sort of a icon to me. Maybe it's because I'm such a Bill Murray fan, but like this Meatballs just sticks out as like one of the top in this type of movie genre. I mean, they care about prank pulling and having fun, and they're absolute horn dogs, and it's absolutely awesome. I mean, there's not a lot of big, heavy plot going on here. You know that you might not be in this movie for a long time, but you're damn sure down for a good time. Bill Murray lives it up. Meatballs 1. You've got Bill Murray and Ivan Reitman together. That happened a lot, and I absolutely love it each and every time. Meatballs has to be on a list like this. Somewhere it comes in for us at number 2. And that just leaves number 1. Number 1 on this list is definitely well known. It doesn't fit the ones that you might have missed. Now, you might not have seen this for a long time. I don't care. At some point, I have to pull in these classics because I love them so much, and they're kind of like the icons of these raunchy, fun movies, right? And from the 70s, way up here amongst many, many films, you have to put our number 1, Animal House. This is National Lampoon's Animal House from 1978. And holy crap, this one is fun. It checks every single one of those boxes. It's American Pie before American Pie, long before it. It has elements of all of that kind of stuff and the wacky, fun comedy that you're going to get from any National Lampoon's movie. But this is a John Landis directed film. No matter how you feel about him, he did some good comedy work and he did some good movies overall. Now, it's a 1978 film, but it's actually set in the 1960s. And you got a lot of that in the 80s, too. A lot of 80s movies were actually set in the 50s and 60s. But you have James Belushi. You got Karen Allen. You've got Kevin Bacon. I mean, this movie is absolutely fun and absolutely tasteless. It is absolutely politically incorrect and absolutely awesome. You have the hapless frat versus the stuck-up dean trope. That always works. So many moments. Toga, 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 baby. This movie, it definitely still has your TNA in it. You're even going to get a little glimpse at Karen Allen. I'm not sure she did that in any other movie besides Animal House. But there is a lot of that in here, and it goes over the top to places that you would not go today without being attacked for being insensitive and everything else. And that just makes me love Animal House even more. You have to have this movie in your lists of films like this that you have to watch. I had to finally include it because I just absolutely love it. You can get a 4K of it out there. There's lots of places to watch it. No excuse. If you hadn't watched it in a long time, or you haven't seen it, or you just kind of forgot that it existed, go back and check this out. You even got Donald Sutherland in here cracking me up in this movie. Lots of fun. I'm a zit. Get it? There's just so many moments in this movie. All I can say when I think about this and watching it again is, please, sir, may I have another? This movie is great. It comes in at number 1. That's the list that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I have tons of lists and recommendations like this. All kinds of stuff from the 60s, 70s, 80s, action films, comedy films, horror films, cult classics, creature features. I have an infinite number of lists, and I will do them as long as you guys want to see me do these videos. I will do them because we do everything here. I do these types of lists. I do 4K reviews, physical media news, all that kind of stuff from a fan and filmmaker's perspective. If this is your first time here, I'm a working filmmaker. I have been for almost 20 years. That's what I do, and I love discussing movies with you. I love talking about movies that maybe you forgot, maybe you just missed, and giving them new life again so that we can all keep enjoying them for years to come. If that sounds like something you're interested in, hang around. It really does help out the channel. If you'd like to support what we're going to do here, you can join at my Patreon link or my YouTube link down here. Become a channel or Patreon member. I can do a lot more on Patreon. I don't have to watch what I'm saying over there, but either way, you're going to get your name and lights on every single video. Behind the scenes looks at my filmmaking, special members only videos, and so much more. And it really helps out the channel much more than you know. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.
I know.